On today's episode of MotoCheez. The following movie is rated I.
What's up, Minitruck? We're gonna get you fixed up. We'll figure it out. Can't be anything too difficult. Worst case, I'll buy another Supercharger. Problem is, you guys bought them all. There's nothing left except the expensive ones. Maybe I can bribe Billy Jr. into selling me his if we still have an issue with this. I dug out the two little spurs or burrs or whatever they are that were stuck on here, and I cleaned them up with some 1200 sandpaper, fresh oil. I wonder if I'm tightening the belt too much. Let's see, it mounts this way and that pulls down this way, so that would make the upper one hit more, which doesn't look like it. It looks like this one definitely took more abuse. When it was brand new, it had one spot that was like a little bit of drag. It didn't feel like much, but this is smooth throughout the whole rotation. When I first got it, there was one spot that was like a little bit of a drag. Very, very so slight, but noticeable. So I wonder if there was already something in there. So we're going to put that back in there. I'm going to take that intake air filter pipe apart and make sure there's nothing in anything. The air cleaner, nothing. Nothing in that filter, nothing in the tube, nothing. I'm going to clean the whole thing out again, which I did when I tapped out for that sensor and the charge pipe. I know that you can't have any debris. If that got in the motor, it's going to just sit there and score up the cylinders. I'm always ultra careful. I deburr everything, put it together, look through it, spray carburetor clean through it, pull a rag, check it, and put it together. Let's do this again. And then I gotta get some belts. I'm all out of belts. I better get some stock in this company, huh? How stupid, Cheezy. Putting it in upside down. Why didn't you tell me? Bolts line up a lot better when you put it on right, Cheezo. We're not going to let this minor setback bring us down. Alright, Supercharger's all bolted in. All the brackets are on. I'm taking this off again. As you know, an engine accumulates moisture and it all gets blown out through the crankcase vent. Usually it's recirculated through the air box. This isn't pushing any oil, but since I left the trap and it went from underneath, it accumulated like a little water and oil in it. So when I took it off one time, it spilled all over. I figure if it's like this, it won't have a trap, so it'll just go high and then just come back through there. And that was not connected. So I'm wondering if the vapors are keeping that somewhat lubricated too. Makes sense, right? I don't know if it came with those little pieces of metal or if there was something loose when I bought it. Chances are it's something that I did. I try my best to keep this fairly clean. This is in good shape. Huh. Yeah, there's little pieces in there. Wow. Did I cause that? I took this whole thing apart. Jeez. Something like that could become an expensive mistake. Spotless. Winter's coming, and I don't like it. Not one bit. Pretty clean. Now this. It looks good. Maybe it was my fault. I very well could have overlooked cleaning something. Plug in my sensor. Valuable lesson here. Make sure everything is spotless. Well, looks like it's all together again, boys. Sure everything's tight here. That's not real tight, but you can't because it's already to the extent of the adjuster. Missing a wrench, boys. Where is it? It's right here. Hopefully that did it, boys. I'm feeling pretty confident. As soon as them Superchargers come back in stock, I think I'm going to order another one as a backup because I could change it in like an hour or less. Alright, Minnie. Let's test you around in the woods through the trails a little bit. I do have the belt a little loose, as you can see. If it locks up, it's not going to break. We can see how hot this is going to get too, going real slow through the woods. That one? That one. I haven't really tried this off-road yet either. Put her in four-wheel drive. Minnie's been on the road majority of the time here. Thank God this thing's got some awesome heat. Put the transfer case in low. Still got boost. I still got that little dead spot that's been there since before the Supercharger. Except now it's like pronounced if I hit that one part of the throttle. Everybody keeps saying fuel injection. Man, I'd love to if you could find me a 3-cylinder fuel injection setup. Sorry, Minnie. Holy cow. I haven't been back here in a long time. It's bad. It's really bad. I don't think I'm going to be able to make it the way it is. This usually gets really horrible here. I know, Minnie. It's bad. We're definitely not going to make it up there. I need some major clearing. Woo! Got a bit overgrown back here. Like, a lot overgrown. You jumped that, Minnie. Ain't nothing for you, Minnie. She's heated up good now. A Supercharger. 65 ambient temperature. You did pretty good, Minnie. Did I lose my antenna? I sure did. Minitruck. It's almost 180. Should I go up the road? Huh. I don't have another belt. Oh, we're higher than even the other day. Still doing boost though. Still got boost. Heated up to 180 and rising. Holy cow. And it's still working. Do like a little short little run. That's definitely the hottest I've seen it, but I didn't have a gauge for a long time. Could have been them metal shards or whatever they are. Splinters, shards. It is going down. I'm not pushing it, of course. It goes up to almost 180. It's hotter than ever. Wow, it's cooling off actually now. I did hear detonation that time. I got her heated up good. And the sun is in our eyes again, of course. I appreciate all the input that you guys gave me because it's a huge help. Like you mentioned stuff that I would never even think of. Sometimes it may sound silly and you make a joke, but you know what? It helps. AFR is good. I haven't even been paying much attention to that, but I did look at it a couple times. Everything's good. So far, so good. Still boosting. Well, you're back to normal, I think, Minnie.
The next day.
Alright, I put my dash camera lined up to the Supercharger pulley, which I put a little white fingernail polish mark on it. I got my belt fairly loose, so I'm going to leave it loose because I'd rather see if it's going to stop and not break me down. You know what I mean? I got a little Harbor Freight free lights they give you for a light source. So let's see. We'll drive around, see what happens. Let's go, Minnie. Hope you guys had a good Thanksgiving. I'm pretty confident it was in metal burrs. I had a guy sent me an EFI conversion he did on his 94. About $800 worth of parts. So I'm seriously thinking into turning this into an EFI machine. That's floored. As you can see, my belt is definitely slipping. I also did get another small pulley, so I have 3 different size pulleys. If I decide to move that in front of the actual crank pulley that's there, that wouldn't be too hard of a job, but then I definitely have to get a tensioner hooked up. Cool day today, as you can see. Intake air is like 40, it's 30, 60, so it's in between 30 and 60. So it's 30, 45 degrees intake air. Now, of course, once I put a tight belt on it, it's going to change things, so it's going to have more boost when I get on it, you know. Which that's right there is a pretty good amount of boost already. 8 pounds, because that's 1 pound off, don't forget. Did you notice before the belt broke, it seemed like the Supercharger whine got a little louder, like I noticed it more, which I guess would make sense, right? I wonder if there's a way to update the refresh time on this. There might be in that app. Yeah, I did make another cheat sheet. Mini was running so good too. So good. Boy, it heats up in the trails when you get the under hood temperature going, huh? And now it's staying fairly cool. Good thing my high taxes pay to do these roads. Kayakers. We'll give them a little tube in the fridge. It's up about 120, 30, 40. 150. It's 150 almost. Man, I wish they made it a little bit easier to read. That's floored right there. Floored. So it probably is a smart idea to put the supercharger on a separate pulley and belt, which that was my original idea. I just did it this way because it was easy to just test it out, and if it didn't work, I'd take it all apart. Back to the drawing board. I think I'm gonna put maybe that smaller pulley, because I don't need 10 pounds of boost. Temperature's going up now. Well, Minnie, we're gonna take the ride to Breakdown Streets. Let's see if you make it past there today. We did about the equivalent miles. Actually, we did more miles by now. It's running really good though. Yeah, I mean, if I did a fuel injection setup, I can get an intercooler and cool that. I mean, all the way around it's better. But hey, look how cheap. What I got, like $700 total in parts. I'm gonna have to spend about $800 or more for an EFI setup, and then more time and everything into it. So getting closer to that point. Mini Breakdown Streets. All eyes on the gauges. Still there, Minnie. 170 or, you know, whatever that is. 35, 165. And that's where we broke down. Right there. The last 2 times. Now we're going to be on this straightaway where you threw the belt the first time. Actually, might be right about here. Yeah, about right here. Even though it's no good, I'm still looking for it. I'm going to put a stress test on you too. Then we'll give you a bath when we get home. I'm trying to see, yeah, when you let off and it has full suction on that carburetor, temperatures do go up a bit. But there have been many draw-through carburetor superchargers in the past. Someone told me the Grand National was a draw-through originally, which I never knew. I hope my dash cam's still working under there. Burn out, Minnie. Left a black mark too. Still not going to push it. It's kind of little pushing it. Quarter throttle. That's about half. It's funny, the supercharger gets cooler as I'm getting on it. I don't hear any detonation like I did when it was hot the other day. It was hot the other day after trail ride. It's about half throttle, 9 pounds. 3/4 throttle. Alright, we won't push it anymore. It's a little bit of a stress test. Temperatures are cool. So maybe I do need a recirculating valve on that, like a few of you mentioned, to relieve the pressure. It's not the pressure, actually, because I'm draw through. It's high vacuum, but it still puts a stress, a load on that compressor. You did good, Minnie. Very good. And temperatures definitely go up when I'm off with the throttle. Plus, I'm sure that extra suction on the seals of that supercharger isn't good. Although they haven't leaked yet, maybe over time it will. Safer to maybe look into what it's going to cost to do that. Oh, that tan Mini's still there. That Jeep wants some. Look at him try to get away. Get him, Mini. Uh-oh. Look like chicken feathers. I think one of those chickens bit the dust. Working flawlessly. Floored, baby. Wow. You did very good, Minnie. Hope my camera's still there. Oh yeah, looks like it's still recording.
Hey, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. We'd love to hear what you have to say. Hit that bell if you want new notifications on new videos. Links for products used are in the description and on MotoCheez.com. Thanks for watching.